Alright, well, welcome back. I'm gonna record another video on how to solve an aristocrat. Now, I just wanted to say I primarily do this for people that just started out in Science Olympiad, maybe not necessarily know how to solve the this type of um, this type of code, but this is the most important one. This is the most frequent one, right? This will get you the most amount of points most of the time, especially when you're starting out. So I believe that this is the most important to practice. And um, yeah, we'll just get right into it. We'll just take a look. First one. Now, once again, I see that pattern. The two. Uh, happiness, which is actually okay. Here, I'll just solve it out. So this is the source code. Now, I'm gonna reset it, and I see that those are probably where I would have started. But another pattern I have seen is the happiness pattern, just because you see this double, you see this L, and um, if you didn't see the that or the or didn't have that, the happiness would be a great place to start also. So I just wanted to point that out. Next. Okay. Has another that. Okay. It gives it to you. Now, this is what I was mentioning before about context is this is anything. Um Now, if I wipe this out, judging by this, would you tell it's anything? Probably not. But most of the time you'll solve this TH. Judging by this, anything, another, those all have the THs in them. So it's kind of important for you to recognize those when it has the TH. Um, oh my god. Around when you okay. Okay. Now, mm, there's a couple places to start, definitely. This is, now that I want to bring it up, like this is probably a pretty good place, is if you see this little double at the end, think about it. How many words could it be, right? It's either going to be like your, as in like you are your, or their, they'll, they've. Those are kind of the most common ones. For this one, I mean, it's you. It's probably your, or it could be that, but I see this and I'm like, every. That makes sense, right? Energy is the essence of life. Okay. Every day, you decide how you're going to use it by knowing what you want and what it takes to reach that goal and by maintaining focus. Now, I'm not really focused on speed right now. We're trying to, a lot of times, you don't want to just keep on focusing on speed. You want to analyze how did you solve this puzzle? Even if you know how to do it, how did you get there? Right? Let's continue. Now, judging just starting out, I don't really see any noticeable pattern, but I do see this 739, right? What did I say? Remember THE, the T and E are very common. H is a little less common, so a lot of the times this will follow the pattern. The time, that's pretty good. Um Maybe the time isn't the best to start with. Not sure actually. Um no, I think I like at any. Um this one's the truer piece of, okay, this one is not the best to teach off of. Um, I see the and it was right. The true didn't look too good. I saw the A here. It could either be A or I, but the I didn't look that good because you don't see many three-letter words that start with I, so I would think it's and. Or A, and then I thought this was and, but the Y only appeared once. So I would think it's any, and that made more sense to me. Now that one is more of an advanced puzzle in my opinion, so I probably wouldn't worry about that. And remember, this pattern from before could be which, but the problem with which is this would be an H, right? And usually three-letter words, they probably won't start with H, right? So that's probably what I would avoid looking at. Um, but yeah, let's take a look. Probably like leave is pretty good, but oh, it is not pretty good. I apologize. Um, two. No, this doesn't look great either. I should. It's like Kennedy. I probably should know that one. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, this is not exactly the best one. Let's go next. So this one is another good pattern I see here. It's the 1 and 4 and then 2 and 5 cents. You don't see it as often, so it's not very like necessary to keep in mind all the time, but it is good to just know in the back of your head that I see that. Probably fill the rest of these in, right? Taste is the, and then the without. Honestly, in my opinion, without is, let me do this first. I don't know. Sublime. Without is a pretty good pattern just because it looks something like this. And also the W that only appears once. The without truth. Or without, sorry, what was it? Without taste. Which is pretty good. Next one. Let's take a look. I see this double. So a good thing to know is it could see two, all. It's probably two because once again we have the that pad. Oh, that is definitely not it because of this V. So let's kind of look around. Now remember that this doesn't necessarily end with NT because this could also be N or S. I don't know why I said it. But the thought is who? Oh, not who else. Those who says. I actually don't see that much, so what could this be? Well, this brings me to trying to solve something that only has a bunch of one frequencies. Is this not Wordle? You know, this is not like, how do I say this? It's how I do it is my vocabulary is pretty limited. Like I was never good at the vocab stuff. So what I do is I do what sounds right. So I do parts of the word. So I'm thinking S and what could be, we only have like one vowel right now. We only have I, right, for our letters remaining. So I'm thinking it's like S P S L. I'm thinking like SL might be pretty good. SP might be pretty good. Right. I'm not actually sure. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm actually not sure. But that's kind of how I would solve some of those one word, right? I don't want to waste my time on it, so we're just gonna pass it off. It's fine. Next one. I don't really see any beginner patterns. So I'm thinking like the THE. No, that don't look too good. Oops. See, it appears a lot, but then it's like the H, like if I put this in again, like the H ends here, so it's not that. What if it's like a yourself type of thing? It is. How do I explain that? How do I explain? That's kind of just an intuition thing, I think, because I see the, it's like U doesn't pop up a lot. Like the Y, you think the Y would appear 8 times, the U appear 10 times. It's not common, but how I saw it was what can it be where it's like one word and then like one word that's combined with something else after this? Yourself, can and cannot, stuff like that. And I kind of realized that yourself fits here, but I also saw the O here, and I'm thinking like this could be like Mans's. It could be like anything that ends with an S, or I'm thinking it's like a don't kind of situation. Now it's either O or A, right? So I'm kind of like yourself. So I wanted to try that out, but that one is more of an, in my opinion, advanced advanced thing to see. This is a pretty good one actually. The it is usually it's at the start. It could be anywhere, but it's literally just ones that start two letter words, and they start with the same letter. Like it is probably the most like common one that I see. Backs up with the that here. It is pretty good. Protester, freedom, and now we can just fill the rest of these in. So I'll just start from the okay. Next, I like the E here, so then probably in each. Nah, sorry, I just wanted to guess that. But I like the E here just because I see this kind of like even word type of pattern here. I also see the TH. Oh, it's two each. It was each. It's because usually you don't see four-letter words that start with E, but the only one I can think of is like each, ears, I guess. But yeah, that's why I thought in each, but two each is probably it is the correct one. Perfect sense. Oh, we have the sense again. We have the ION pattern. Um, normal and nice smell of bread. We were just a family, even. I feel like see this is my vocab is not kicking in for this. Exaggerations. Now I'm gonna go on a little tangent here, and it's when I see say like the TION type of pattern. The reason why I recognize these patterns is because of also practicing patristocrats. Now, if you don't know what a patristocrat, it's literally just an aristocrat, right? The same kind of cryptogram. But what happens is there's no spaces, no punctuation. In that case, word patterns when you're trying to start it out don't matter, right? You're much more focused on letter frequency and these tiny bits and pieces of the pattern, which is why knowing these kind of TION, THs, those are a lot more important now. But yeah, that's just a side tangent. Now, if I wanted to go for speed here, I obviously see the THE here, the that. So let's just do that, right? I don't want to fill I don't want to fill it too quick. To learn from those, the ideal condition would be I admit. Oh, likely there it is. So that one's fairly easy just because they give you the th. So this one I mean by like it is, but then this doesn't make sense. So probably it's not that. Um, I'm kind of looking around. I'm like, what would make sense? Now, a lot of these are pretty weird. If I'm just being honest, like this one's such a weird one to me. But I don't think this is it though. I think like an and maybe? Mankind. There it is. Wow. Okay. How did I get that? Now, I see this. If I is pretty good for this, and then you could do this, but then this doesn't look too good. So I'm thinking A. Yeah. Well, if this is Asa. That's kind of where I jumped to the conclusion of the Asa, which is pretty good. And then I see this. It's like what starts with A? That's 3 letters. It's probably and. And then this is another thing where it's like, if you look at it in context, it looks like mankind. And I see human. A nation must be embraced, rehabilitated, and express tangible sign of human creativity. So that's how we solve one of those. Let's do one more to end it off. I see the their pattern, the others. To free is that sounds weird. Yeah, to free us. Okay, I was gonna say, does it make sense? Singular powers, expectation to give us back. Oh, and I got that because they literally gave us there, and then the rest is kind of self-explanatory. Like, a lot of the times, this speed just comes with practice, so you gotta make sure you're practicing a lot. And being able to recognize the patterns in context. Like once I solved the TH, being able to solve other words quicker and quicker. That's pretty important. So that kind of sums it up for my second video. All right, thank you for watching.